BookTube, it's Brecky from Brecky Writes. This is Brecky Reads, and this is my 2016 BookTubeAthon Reading TBR. Now, I've never participated in BookTubeAthon before. This is my very first year, and I'm really excited. But my TBR is going to be kind of weird because I'm still on the East Coast, and most of my books are on the West Coast. And I won't actually get back to the West Coast until the evening of the 18th, which is the first full day of the readathon. So I have to go ahead and make my TBR and try to remember what I have that I want to read from the other side of the country. So that being said, here is my potential TBR. The first challenge is to read a book with yellow on the cover, and I have already picked up a book from Little Shop of Stories, my favorite bookshop in the whole planet, and that is Some Kind of Happiness by Claire Legrand. Now, I've never heard of this before. It's about a little girl who goes to live with her grandparents and discovers they have like a magical enchanted forest. This just seemed like a really interesting book, and it has a yellow crown right there. So this will be my challenge number 1 book. Challenge number 2 is to read a book entirely after the sun sets. So you can read it at night, but you can't read it during the day. And the books that I am thinking I will read for this will be volumes 1 and 2 of Fable. These are comic bind-ups that were really popular in the early 2000s, and I have the first 2 volumes, so I will probably read these as my nighttime only books. Challenge number 3 is to read a book that you discovered because of BookTube, and the one that I'm going to pick is one that I've purchased on the East Coast, and that is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I had never heard of The Raven Boys at all, any of the books in the series, until I started BookTube, and these are very well loved on BookTube. So I finally gave in. I bought the first one. I learned my lesson with Fallen Kingdom, so I only have the first one in the series, and if I like this, I'll pick up the rest of them, and I will be reading this for challenge number 3. Challenge number 4 is to read a book by one of your favorite authors. I have 2 unread books by McKinley, and she is perhaps my favorite single author, and so I will probably be picking up Spindle's End, and this is a retelling of Sleeping Beauty that McKinley has written. This is more in her traditional whimsical, very fairy tale-esque style, so I think I'm going to enjoy this a lot more than Sunshine, but I don't know, it's back east, so that's probably the one I'm going to pick up. And for challenges 5 and 6, I'm going to combine them and read one book for both of them. Challenge 5 is to read a book that is older than you are, and challenge 6 is to read a book and then watch an on-screen adaptation. So I am going to read Frankentein by Mary Shelley. This book is all going to do triple duty and count for my TBR jar challenge of reading a science fiction book that is published before 1970. Yeah. And the 7th challenge is to read 7 books. Now, if I read all the books that I have listed, I will have read 6. I will be well impressed with myself if I get through all 6 of these. But if I can read one more, I think I'm going to read Percy Jackson and a Lightning Thief by Riordan. I suspect that that will be right about my speed, having read the rest of the books I have on my list for this week. Alright, that's about it for me, you guys. Let me know if you guys are going to participate. I'll be really excited to have all of you as buddies as we have this big week of reading. I hear there's going to be like giveaways and reading sprints and stuff like that, and I've never participated in a readathon where I have actually done reading sprints and things like that, so this might be my first time. Part of the first day I'm going to be on a flight from Atlanta back to California. I'll hopefully have time then to get through either Some Kind of Happiness or The Raven Boys, because I have both of these here back east. So I'm really looking forward to these. Let me know what your challenges are going to be. Link to a video if you post a TBR video, and I will catch you guys later. Bye!